What up, Wholesale to Million family? Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great 4th of July weekend holiday. But today, man, I haven't done one of these in a long time. We're not going to talk about the first wholesale deal, all right? But what I'm about to bring on is, man, I have been in the business, man, for 9 years. I have never done a deal with Asian before, man. Dude, I'm talking about East Indian, Chinese, Vietnamese. Dude, like I haven't done any deal with Asian. Now, Asian do buy deals. They do buy deals, man. They got the money. But man, to lock them up under contract at a discount and be able to wholesale it to make a profit, man, that blew me away. So I got the man, the one and only Dom from Philadelphia, just closed a deal with an Asian dude, and he's Chinese, for $7,500. Boom, Dom, welcome on board, my man.
Thanks for having me, man. I watch the show all the time, so I'm really excited to be on.
Dude, I'm so humbled by that, man. Thank you so much, man. So Dom, let's, before we jump into that, man, a brief story about yourself, how you got into the whole business, man, and how long you've been doing it.
All right, no problem. A brief about me. I'm Dom, 31 years old, father of 5 kids. I actually, I had kids young, so I had kids young, so I was a little knucklehead, but I was in real estate now, so like 8-9 years. But I got out of I'm not gonna lie, I did a little jail time for like 2 years. Like soon I came home from jail, I just got into wholesaling. And that was like one of the first things that I did, and I just kind of never looked back from it.
Wow, bro, dude. Hey, bro. Thanks a lot for opening up, man, and be super genuine and transparent. Dude, a lot of people don't know, man. A lot of your struggles, a lot of things that we all make. We all make mistakes as human. We're not perfect. And thanks a lot for opening that up, man. Because I bet you, man, it inspired a lot of people that if you can turn your life around after all that mess. Boom, anybody. So let's rock and roll. So,
yeah.
Let's talk about this Asian deal, man. So how do you got it and all of that?
I think it came from a text blast. So we do a lot of text blasting, a little bit direct mail here, but mainly a lot of texting. So I send about around like 3,000 to 5,000 texts out per day. So that was one of the leads that came in. And when it first came in, he said, make me an offer. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of the same impression as you. When I see like any Asian, Vietnamese, Chinese, any type of person, people like that, I tend not to not even call them. To be honest with you, I just you know what? I just let my VA call them and like, yo, try your best to get a number out of them. And if you can't, I don't want to waste the lead, so I'll just call and follow up and see what's going on. So I talked to him. This is a property in North Philadelphia. This is a little two bedroom, 1 bath. This is a little hood property. The reason he bought it was he said he was gonna make it a rental, but he just happened he's from out of town. He bought it and he never did nothing to the property. The property he bought it in excellent shape. Only thing he did was upgrade the appliances. He took out the regular appliances and put stainless steel appliances in there and bought an island. So the property actually looked great. I was actually my first intention was actually to just buy the property, take it down, and just hotel it out. I was gonna hotel it out, but I said I didn't really feel like it. And then one of my buyers came along and I got the property on a contract for what was that? 44,000 because I got it on the contract for 43 initially. But he wanted to take the stainless steel appliances out the property. And my first buyer I had was at 58, and he was really like, Dom, I want these appliances, but I'm thinking in my head, listen, I already got 15K spread. I'm not worrying about these appliances. So when my first initial buyer came and said, hey, listen, Dom, I need them appliances. I told my buyer, hey, listen, I need you to pay 60 because I got to go back to him and pay more money. So my buyer didn't really like that. He kind of dropped out and said, listen, Dom, I'm not even paying you 58 for the deal no more. I'm going to find something else. I said, cool, that's no problem. And then I ended up selling it for 52. So I kind of lost $6,000 on that transaction plus whatever the hell the 14 plus whatever the 14 plus 1,400. So I was kind of mad, but I got the deal over and done with and made a profit. So wasn't too mad at the end of the day.
Dude, you guys, when Dom sent me a DM on Instagram, we kind of go back and forth. I didn't believe him. I said, you know what, bro? close it, right? Close it. Show me the money, right? Send me a picture of the check, prove it. Because, dude, there's one time I got an Asian, and they're Vietnamese. At this time, I was just, going out. I was going out meeting the seller, seeing the property. So I haven't discovered how to do it virtually. So I even went to their nail shop, right? I went to their nail shop, dude. Got the contract signed and everything to find out. Obviously, they want more than retail value. The property doesn't worth as much, and all of that, right? And dude, and I've talked, dude. We have done a lot of direct mail, text messaging. When we get Asian calls in, I just know it's not right. Just been doing it for a long time and all that. So that's why I was so impressed, man, that he's able, especially with Chinese. Unbelievable, bro.
We got 2 more deals on the contract with Asian sellers, and that's the 2 condos that right now. I kind of think this is the part with that they know they sold it undervalued. They kind of know, but as soon as they signed the contract virtually, she called me like a day later and said, you know what, I don't want to sell, so I'm just gonna put a list pendants on them. But the numbers for that, I got 2 condos in Northeast for 74,000. 74,000 for both of them, so I got it for 37,000 a piece. But I can sell one of them for like 50, like around like 59, 58,000. So I'm gonna just put list pendants on that, and whenever they try to go sell, they're gonna have to come see me again. So, but they kind of just, I'm still in negotiations with them. She want a little bit more money because she's like, I think I gave you too good of a price, but it's life. I think it was a fair price in my opinion.
Hey Dom, I think you were converting me, bro.
No, I think in this day and age right now, it's like I think everybody's a seller right now, especially if it's not really your primary residence. I think everybody's looking at it like, okay, listen, this Corona thing going on, it's the second scare of the second wave is going to come on. Everybody thinks it's because of Florida. So I think everybody's scared now. I think that now every nationality is motivated. Before, in 2019, it probably wouldn't have been a deal, but in 2020, I think this whole scarcity with the pandemic and everything, I think everybody is a seller now.
Man, he done deals with Asians, all right? So I have nothing to say, but man, Master, show me the way, man. Show me the way, Master. So, hey, Dom, so you mentioned that you get text blast. So a lot of people probably want to know, so what do you use, bro?
I'm using Roar right now, but to be honest, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Roar. I'm using them, but I'm having. It says it's ROOR. Let me look it up. I had to hold on. Let me send you the link to it.
Sure, man. Because I know a lot of people are going to ask.
Yeah, because I don't even do it. Be honest, my VA is actually I don't even step into the system. How I got it now is my VA is actually they does all the marketing. All I do is mainly just I might pull the list, and then they scrub the list, make sure there's no duplicates. They're gonna they send all the messages out. When the messages come back, they sift and sort, make sure. I say because it's language barrier, so I just say, listen, if they're not cussing this out, just pass the lead over. If they're not saying fuck you, who the fuck is this? They even asking they say who's this? They're not saying fuck you behind it. Send us over, because at the end of the day, I want me or my guy to try to convert them over than anybody else. So, and right now, I'm not even converting them until they pre-screened. I got another virtual assistant named Eileen. She goes talk to everybody, and then she pre-screens them, runs the comps, pass them over to me, and then that's why I make the offer. Get it under contract, and then when it's under contract, my realtor handles everything. He's a realtor, but he's not. He's a realtor. He's a licensed realtor, but he's not a realtor. I don't know how to break. My guy John is this. I don't know how to explain him, but he's a realtor, but he's not a realtor.
Gotcha, he's more like a bro. Dude, talking about talking fast, bro. Dude, I'm having a tough time trying to keep up with you, bro. So Dom,
I apologize about that.
Hey, no worries, bro, dude. So Dom, let's talk about this deal really quick, and I also like to talk about how your business is structured, bro, if you
Okay.
don't mind.
That's no problem at all.
Okay. So this so this lead here, this Asian dude call you. I'm sorry, text messaging,
Text
and
message,
it's
yes.
sent over to you. So your VA is the one who handles all the text messaging, right when they said that they are somewhat whatever interest or want to get an offer or whatever it is. Then it goes to you and one of your guys.
Yeah, it goes directly into my system. I'm using Follow Up Boss right now. It goes directly to my system. Follow Up Boss.
Follow Up Boss.
Yep, it's a CRM. I like it better than Podio. So I use Follow Up Boss. So when the text come in, my marketing team, they basically input the lead into the Follow Up Boss via web form. So when the web form come in, my virtual assistant Eileen, she's like my lead manager basically. She came in there and called. His name is Shang. She called Shang. That's the seller name. She reached out to Shang because he basically said, I'm actually trying to see exactly word for word what he said, but he basically it was some lines of, what's your offer? So she went in there, she talked to him, figure out like what's the condition of the property. He said it was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath property, and he wanted $50,000 for it. And he said, she asked me, was it a rental? He said it wasn't a rental, but it wasn't his primary residence, which was, it was a little weird. So after that, I went in, I called him, I talked to him, I made him an offer for $40,000. He didn't take it. And then we were just haggling back and forth. And after I made an offer for 40, I said, hey, listen, what's your best number you can do? And he just said, listen, what's your best number? He just really didn't want to give me a number.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, listen, am I off by anything? Like, are you firm at your 50? Like, is any negotiating room at all? He said, your number it's not there. It just, it's just not there. I'm like, what do you mean by that? A couple grand, 5 grand, 6 grand, 2 grand, 1 grand? Tell me. And he's just like, I'd rather you just tell me another number. So I said, listen, I'm not playing these games with you. Because I had a bunch of other sellers to get to that day. I said, listen, I'm not playing these games with you. What's your number? And he was just like, I'm not telling you. I said, all right, cool. I put him in a follow-up for, like 2-3 weeks out. Then my virtual assistant follow up with him again, and then he said he wanted 45, and that's when I went back and I offered 43. He accepted it, and we closed it out.
Gotcha, man. Dude, with the Asian, they know the whole game of not mentioning. So now, Dom, let me ask you. Okay, so on the call that you call back and negotiate, make the offer. But he's not willing to, so you didn't mention any higher number than 40 at that time because he's not willing to giving you any kind of numbers. So you decided, you know what, you're just going to set it as a follow-up.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people, like, in that instance, like, I know and we had Philadelphia, it was a real competition market. So I know he was talking to a few people in the market. And and when you know your competition, you kind of know what they're gonna offer. And my competition really likes going for 20, 30, 40 grand spreads. So if I just kind of price myself in at around like 15, I'm going to kind of beat them out every time.
Gotcha. Okay. So now, a lot of people are going to ask you, if when you go that high, you must have a buyer list that's willing to pay higher than normal, right?
No, just based off comps. I use MLS a lot, and my exit strategy is most people don't understand. Most wholesalers don't know that we can put out properties on the MLS. So that's my primary exit strategy. So I just put it on the contract for 43 initially, and put it right back on. I just put it right on the MLS for 65,000. But when I put it on the MLS, it's a thing called, I can't think of it back of my head, but it's somewhere that you don't have to put it out on Zillow or Redfin and all them other internet listing websites. That's what it's called. So we put it on MLS, and so where it goes to all the realtors, and then all the realtors get it, and then we just let the realtor bring us a buyer in. Gotcha.
Okay. So and that's what you did to this property. Okay. So now, Don, a lot of people are going to ask you these questions, man, about I know a lot of you probably never heard probably a majority of you probably never heard about so you haven't actually closed on it. You're just basically putting the property, wholesaling it on the MLS.
Yeah, I'm just putting the contract on MLS. I'm selling the contract on MLS. That's the technical terms of it. Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, if you can't sell the deal on the MLS, then it's not a deal. I mean, because you're basically targeting pretty much everybody, right?
Yeah, I'm targeting anybody, any mom.
Yep. And then and the beauty, and actually that's exactly what we're doing now too. And it took me so many years, bro, to finally be able to do that. And I'm telling you guys, it's a game changer, because your other cash buyer are mostly savvy investors, and it's very, they're buying at a major discount, but you put it out there, mom and pop got some money in the 401k, want to buy their property for their first, kids or whatever, to go in there and fix it up and keep it as a, and they're planning to sell it, 2 or 3 or 4 years later, waiting for that appreciation, So you're getting buyers that's okay with a 10% discount lower than market value, or a 15% discount.
Yeah, this one right here, I think we sold it. It was at a high ARV, definitely like 74% ARV, whatever, something like that. We sold it at a very high margin, just because it was just an out of town investor from California actually. So the seller was in New York, the buyer was in California, and just closed it out.
Nice, man. So what's the ARV on this property, Don?
Maybe 75 max.
75, and then you sold it for how much?
52.
52. Gotcha, bro. So as you guys can see, I mean, the margin that's in there, and that's the power of the MLS. I mean, dude, so some people willing to pay high just to find a property where they can park their money, and also too is rent this thing out and get cash flow. And how much are they going to get in rent, bro, on this property?
This particular property, to be exact, that's a 2-bedroom, $990. If they go Section 8.
$990. I mean, a lot of you are, living in a place where that is, you can't buy a property for 50-something K. Dude, but sometimes you need to think outside the box, because, dude, Dom, I put a video up, man, and talking about, how I bought property and how I go with the 1% rules, right? If I buy for $100,000, I need to get at least $1,000 back in rent. In my market, man, the 1% rule, dude, if you can buy it out of 1% rules, it's like all day long. People will buy all day long. But as you can see in Dom's market, bro, I mean, 52K for, like, let's just say $1,000 in rent, dude. That's like 2%. That's like, you know what I mean? That is
that's 2%. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a no-brainer. But also too is what I've noticed is that in area where you get good rent like this, the appreciation is very slow. Am I correct, Dom, or am I wrong?
No, there's a lot of gentrification going on in Philadelphia. A lot of gentrification. So for that particular house, we're probably gonna have a little bit of slow appreciation, but not really, because I think last year nobody would, like a couple years ago, nobody would even pay that much for it. So it definitely is coming up. So in the next 5 years, I definitely think that house. Yo, Tom, what do you think in 5 years Sterner Street would be worth? Yeah, I would say about like 5 years, it might hit like 110, 125. It all depends how, because it's like 8 blocks. That's probably like 10, 12 blocks from where the gentrification going. So it all depends how fast the gentrification push down, because they like 12 blocks from $400,000 or $500,000 houses. So if they keep pushing down, the value will increase more over the years. Yeah. So I won't think it'd be a slow appreciation play.
Gotcha. Well, the thing is, I mean, that's kind of what I heard a lot of people talk. It's hard to find a market where you can have both good appreciation and this kind of return in rent. It's either one or the other.
Yeah, I think, well, in Philadelphia, I think we was like, they trying to make us like the next New York. So I think it's like you can get it now in certain neighborhoods. Of course, there's going to be a little bit rougher neighborhood, but all the people I really met, like wealthy, like buy and hold people, they was people that bought in neighborhoods in Philadelphia where they was buying it at $5,000 or $10,000 a door, and for a whole property, and now they can sell them particular property that they gentrified over. This is over like a 15-year time span. Now they can sell them property for $200,000-$300,000 and stuff like that. So in Philadelphia, it's a real unique market. It's a real unique market. It's a real, it's a real unique block by block market. It's weird if you're not from. It's really weird if you're not from Philly. It feels like that.
Gotcha, man. I mean, dude, because what it is if you guys are in an area where things are expensive, right? It's hard to get your monthly cash flow up to, let's just say, $5K a month. It takes a long time, right? It takes a long time when you're in a market where properties are very expensive. But if you're willing to think outside the box, right, going into market like Don market, I mean, to get to that $5K a month, dude, it's not going to take as much as you think.
No.
Because a lot of people, what traps you is you're thinking just, in your little circle, right? So if you want to get to where you get 5K in passive income, you're like, oh, I'm going to quit my job and then all that, because not everybody needs to make $1 million a month or 100K a month or whatever it is, right? Some people just need a 5K a month or 10K a month. You need to look outside your box, and a lot of times you can retire a lot sooner than you think.
Definitely.
But let's talk about and bro, how quick did you how quick did you close on this property?
This one I could look at the thing. It took kind of long because it was Corona, but it took me like 45 days to close on it. It would have been faster if I took that. It was that, and it was something wrong with the last person when he bought it. It was something wrong with when he bought it 2 years ago. That was another issue too. It was the title company didn't do something right, so my title company was going back and forth with them to make sure that they insured certain things so that it can make the underwriting smoother for them. Gotcha.
Okay. Now, Dom, that's out of the way, man. Let's talk about how your business like how your business is structured, bro.
Okay. My business is structured right now. It's just me and my business partner, Tom. It's just that's the main people I got. I'm in my office right now. The main two people that work from the office. Everybody else is mainly virtual. My team's not really that big. I have a marketing team, but it's just a marketing service that I pay them. It's a group of 5 virtual assistants, and they handle all my marketing from everything but pulling my list, but sending out the text messages, the replying back to text messaging, removing everybody from my list and everything like that. They kind of handle all that whole aspect.
Okay, bro. So Dom, so you got 5 VA.
Not 5. It's just it's a service. I pay a flat price. I think $9 an hour, right? But it's just one service, and him and his 6 people, they do all the marketing. I pay for one person, and then basically it's 6 of them. But I just deal with one. I just deal with one of them, and he deals with the rest.
I got you. Okay, so basically you use a company, and do you mind sharing with us who that is?
That company is called. Hold on, I've been using them for a while. I had to look at my thing.
Yes, I want us to make sure that that we can add value to our listener, that they can get some really good stuff away from this. And so, Dom, I appreciate that you open up, man, and
that's no problem. I'll send you
to share, bro.
If I look at the notes, I'll send it to you. I look in because I got to pay my invoice, so I look for my invoice and see whatever the company name is, and I'll send it over to y'all.
So you guys, I will put that in the description. So link will be right below. All right. So you use that company. Okay. So now, how many is actually on your team? One VA.
My actual in-house team is I got a data VA. I got one VA. All they do is data to check. They try to find. They get me the eviction list, the code violation list, code violation list. Tax delinquent list, probate list, any list any niche list that they can find on the internet, they find. I made the systems up, and then they just run with it. So that's her. It's just 2 of them. Not right now because it's data right now is down, but I only got 1. But it's them 2 that when it's usually up and running, they both full time. I have Eileen. She's the 3rd virtual assistant. She's my lead manager, and all she does is handle all the phone calls. basically handle all of the. She's the first person you call into my system. You raise your hand. She's the first person that you're going to speak to. Is Eileen. I'm not going to do nothing unless Eileen talk to you. Eileen's going to talk to you, and she's going to run the comps for me in MLS. And that way, when I look at it, all I have to do is just look at the comps and make an offer. If they asking, say they want $200,000 and I only want to offer them $100,000, I'm just going to give that back to Eileen, tell her to offer the $100,000, and just let whatever the counterback is, we just deal with it from there. So I just try to not deal with the unmotivated sellers as much as possible.
Gotcha, man. Smart, dude. Okay, smart. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, VA is virtual assistant. So you get 2 virtual assistants that does all your data, and then you got Eileen,
yes. I call her Carmelo.
That's your lead manager, which is the one who qualify and filter the lead for you, who only sends over, motivated seller leads that you want to talk to. And then, so you and your partner is pretty much the purchase manager, or some you call them acquisition, right?
Yeah, we are just mainly like the acquisition managers. If everything is like we got a lot of older crowds that still want to see people in person. So that's kind of like his department. He'll go out there, and he just out at a deal the other day. There's like it's an older lady. We was going to do seller financing on it, and wholesale it and tied up under seller financing and wholesale it out. So he was there building rapport with her. So he kind of deal with all the older people. So he'll deal with them. If you're young and you got DocuSign or Hello, you can sign DocuSign or Hello Sign. I got it. And then, but after that, I don't really deal with after I get that property on the contract, I don't deal with it no more. And it goes to like my brother and we call each other brothers, but my brother Tom, he'll deal with it, or John, which is our realtor / disposition manager, he'll deal with it. And deal with it is it's a company called BPO Photo Flow. We use them to go get our internal inspection, our pictures and our videos from there, and they can market the property, put it on MLS, put a lockbox on it, and just take it from there.
Okay, bro. Let's slow down a little bit here, because I know a lot of people.
I apologize.
Hey, man, no problem, man. A lot of people trying to keep up with you. So you got lead manager, filter, qualify the leads, send it over to you. So you're like the acquisitions, or we call them the purchase manager. Dude, what I like is your businessman is it's just like ours. I mean, we keep them nice and small, low overhead. It's all about the profit, baby.
Definitely.
I'm not about the whole, going big, the whole big office space and having people come in. Like, that's not me. I used to think that's what I want, but then I realized it's not what I want. I want to be free. So, and to me, when I go into this mastermind too, Dom, people talk about, the book Profit First. Dude, profits is everything. You see people run like a big company, doesn't mean it's profitable. Like, it doesn't, like they bring in, like, let's just say they bring in $500,000. It doesn't mean that they're making more than the guy that makes, let's just say, $100K a month. I'm just saying, like, their number may look bigger, all right, but their profit doesn't mean they're profiting more. Just an FYI.
Definitely true.
And you don't know it. With social media right now, it's hard to tell. You don't know it until you're in with them. Like, you know what I mean? When you mastermind with them, people open up and people share, because that's how you grow, right? So people can tell you, hey, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. Because if you hide it, how do people know what's your strength, what's your weakness, and how can they help you without knowing it, okay? So until I'm in with the group, then I start to realize, and that's why Brian, for those of you who don't know, House Buying Brian and I were talking about this. A lot of times where you feel like you're only doing 20K a month, 30K a month, or 50K a month, whatever the case may be, and you're looking at some guys and gals that does 6-figure a month, and they have a big operation, and you feel like you're not winning. But what I'm telling you is sometimes you're winning, so stop beating yourself up. Just figure out what business model that suits for you, that you like, and build it around your lifestyle. All right? Definitely. Just an FYI, you guys, because I did that mistake, man. I was beating myself up. I was chasing all that because I was seeing this, and I thought that was success. Then I realized, no, that's not what I want. So just an FYI, because when you start comparing yourself, and listen, man, we're all human. It's sometimes it's hard, right? You seeing all this, sometimes it's hard, and that's why I'm telling you that you need to look at yourself and not compare yourself, because when you start beating yourself up, then you're not focused on your race, and you're focused on racing basically you're trying to race on someone else's race.
Yeah,
I hope that makes sense. So Dom,
definitely.
so Dom, so the leads comes in, man. You're the purchase manager. You take it down from this moment on, man. Let's just say you got to lock up on a contract. Where does it go now?
It's going to go to Tom and it's going to go to John. It's going to go to them and they're just going to handle it. If we got if it's an internal buyer from our list, my partner Tom will take care of it. What I mean by that is we just get the property on the contract, say we send it out to our list and we just get it sold immediately. There's no need for John to be involved. My brother Tom would basically take it from near the closing and close it out. But if we feel like we trying to get more for the property and if we're trying to get more for the property, we know we can get 5, 10, 15 grand extra on MLS, then we'll let John take it, and then John is they both do the same. It's the same process. It's under contract. Go to BPO photo flow. They do the inspection of the property. Then you can have them do with videos. They can take pictures and videos, right? So after they do go ahead.
So Dom, so B is in Paul, B is in boy, O is in orange, right?
Yeah, like a BPO, like a broker,
okay.
broker
Oh, I
price
got you. Which is broker price point opinion, right?
Yep, broker price.
Okay,
opinion,
so
yep.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's not a company, but you have a realtor to go out and do it for you.
Yeah, we just, because we don't really want to go out there unless we necessarily really need to. So they go out there. I think it's like we pay the $70 package. I think it is per inspection. But that's just because we can get the video and we can turn around and get the video, and then that helps us get with a video. It helps you tell your buyers like, hey, listen, you really don't need to go in there. Like you really what you need to go in the house for? You think we lied on the video? How we edit the video out? And I'll tell my buyers, this is the company that I use. You want to go inside my portal and look at it? And they be like, all right, whatever, Dom.
Got it, bro. Got it. Okay. So basically, so Dom, anybody can do this in any states, getting the BPO, broker price opinion. They can go out there, and typically who they look for, Dom, because not every realtors will do that, right? So
no,
who do they look for, man?
It's a company called BPO. Hold on, BPO photo flow. I believe it is something like that. And they does a very good job. They charge us $70. Yeah, they always update. I always get an email that they update their coverage zone, but they in majority every state that I know of.
Got it. So Dom, if you don't mind, man, if you send that link over to me on Instagram, and I'll make sure I'll pop everything in the descriptions, you guys. So okay, so the lease comes in. Dom lock it up on the contract. From that moment on, he'll take that and he'll send it either to Tom, which is his business partner, or John. You said, right?
Yep.
John is the realtor, right?
Yep, John's the realtor, and
from that moment on, he takes it and he just pop it on the MLS.
Yep, with the pictures, he'll make his own description. He'll pop it on MLS. If it's vacant, if it's a vacant property, he still wouldn't put the lockbox on MLS, just simply because we want everybody who's interested, who actually want the lockbox, we want them to actually come and be on our buyers list, and we can talk to them and figure out. And if it's an agent, I always talk to him and tell him to say, hey, listen, how many houses can your client buy? If it's a one-off guy, can they buy 2, 3, 4 a month? We always trying to figure out that, so we can have a list of agents that's kind of working for us now. Like I just locked up one deal yesterday. I didn't even give it to Tom or John, because when I was doing stuff myself, I know this one agent who basically in this area is called Brewerytown, or it's Chargewood. He always got the best buyers, and they always overpay. So I sent it to him. He already told me, listen, Dom, I got it locked up for 100. I told him 120, 135. He already told me, Dom, it's so basically, don't worry about it.
And so, you guys, this is the importance of understanding your market and understanding your buyers. And you guys just heard what Dom said. I mean, there are buyers that's willing, they will pay high. They will pay really, really high compared to other investors, because they're, and it's all about connection. Now, Dom, let me ask you.
Hmm.
Most of your buyers, I know that you have the whole MLS and all that, but most of your buyers, are they coming from other realtors, networking with other realtors?
No, it's coming off. Be honest, most of the big realtors in the city are just realtors just so they can buy stuff. So
Mm,
when you put it on MLS, we get a lot of people that just. My guy John is very good for telling people that if you're buying this house yourself, you're not getting paid a commission. So a lot of times we don't even pay like that last deal we did. The last deal that the agent deal we were talking about. He actually the buyer is his cousin is just a regular person in Philadelphia. They just got happen to got a realtor license, and he sent it to his cousin, and he didn't want no commission because he's like, no, don't worry about it, it's my cousin. So you got it's a lot of people that you work with by just by it. People would be surprised who actually got a realtor license just to have it hanging, and you'd be
right.
surprised. I did a deal with somebody. His mom don't do no transactions in Philadelphia. She's a real big license. She's a real big person in Jersey, and she bought the properties, and I didn't pay her no commissions for her son, and she gave it to her son. So people would be surprised when you put it on MLS. The people who it's really weird. Most of the time we don't even pay commissions because it's realtors they self or it's a realtor friend or it's somebody that to the realtor or it's the realtor they self. It's really weird but fun.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Now, Dom, when you put it on the MLS, man, do you put in there like, hey, buyers pay all closing costs? Do you put in there like, hey, I'm not gonna pay no realtor commissions on the buyer side?
No, we don't put it on like that. But we do have an addendum basically saying we do want you have to pay all the closing you have to pay all the closing costs and stuff like that. But we're not like how can I put it like we're not really like we're strict. We're not strict. We're strict, but we're not strict to like we're like technically it's illegal to say we're not going to pay a buyer we're not going to pay a buyer agent
Mm,
a commission. What
commission.
we can do is when you get them on the phone and you realize that they the buyer or like listen no they just tell you we get a lot of like high end people that used to dealing with 600,000 houses. They like listen I don't even care for the commission. This is my cousin. He just want the house. So um I'm to connect you with my cousin, you do the deal and whatever. So it's a lot of times the agents don't really like they don't really care too much. Like
I
I don't know
gotcha.
why. It's just it's a really and in the areas that we do it's really niche or sometimes the agent don't really care or we tell them, hey listen, we're gonna have a bidding war and we really gonna look at what's the net. Like my John to tell me, hey listen, my client's gonna look at what's the net he's gonna make. So if you can figure out how to if you can figure out how we're not going to pay you, your client can get this deal, and then he kind of put it to them like that and make them figure out how they're going to figure it out on their side.
Ah, gotcha.
Because we can't say it, but we really do endorse that we're not going to pay the fucking commission.
Gotcha, bro. So Dom, so basically you would get them on the phone and then that's what you would talk about because technically you're saying that you can't put that in there. Okay, I understand that now. What about putting in the descriptions box? That's where I know that the realtors, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
the comment section. So can we put in there buyers pay all closing costs?
Yep, we definitely put in there buyer pays all buyer
All seller closing
buyer
costs?
all seller closing costs. What?
Okay. So we can put in there buyers pay all seller closing costs, including excise tax.
Yep, you can put we even say we suggest them to use our title company. We can't force them, but we like using our own title company. We don't like using their
Yep.
title company for nothing. And then our prime reason for that, we would say, oh, because we already started title. Title process already started. So that kind of helps us out. So we kind of try to control everything. It's a little bit harder when you're dealing with higher end properties.
Yep.
But when you're dealing with most of the time, like if you're giving them a deal, they don't care. They is okay. We're using that title company. They
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah, because the thing is, you guys, for buyers that are scared, all you need to do is, hey, closing will be contingent on clear title. As long as the title is clear, right? They don't really care, right? And some buyer will, if you're new into the game, some buyer will suggest that you use their title company. You got to make sure that you stay in control of the deal. And just like Dom said, always use yours, right? Always use your man. So that way you can stay in control of it. So Dom, I know that we're running out of time, man. So I know a lot of people, man, would love to connect with you, you know, and all that. So how can people connect with you, bro?
I'm really just on. I'm not really on no social media sites, but
Oh,
Instagram.
come on, man.
No, I don't know, man. I lost my Facebook, and they not letting me. I guess somebody hacked it or whatever. They not letting me get back in it. So I guess I got to start a new one. But for right now, you just find me at We Flip Deals on Instagram, and that's where I put most of all my content out. And if I talk about anything, and I do got a podcast too. I forgot.
Good.
I do have a podcast called "Don't Give a Flip: The Secrets to Real Estate Investing." So
good, man. Okay, so you gotta. Okay, don't give. Hey Dom, well, I mean, would you send all that over to me, man? I'll make sure I'll put you guys
That's no
all
problem.
that. I make sure I put all that in the description, so you can follow Dom on Instagram and on his podcast as well, right?
Mhm.
Dude, Dom, I'm telling you, man, you with all the knowledge and all your experience, man, you need to hit up social media and build up your personal brand, because it open up so much doors and so much opportunities, and I think it's another great source of income. And
Definitely. I
honestly,
actually,
you know, it helps people out and things like that.
it's crazy. I just paid for 4th of July. I actually just paid for, or Sunday, I just paid for my social media guy. He's actually going to be helping with me with my social, all my social media, Instagram, Facebook. So I'm going to be bringing out a vlog, a weekly vlog soon, and they like start doing like a video once a week on Instagram. So it's going to be, I'm going to start bringing out way more content in the near future.
Nice, bro. You have a YouTube channel, bro?
Yeah, just look up Dom Summers and you'll find it.
Okay, got it. I'll put all that in, man. Dom, I want to say, man, thank you so much for everything, man. Appreciate your time. Appreciate all the knowledge that you've dropped and being open to giving back to the people, man. Truly, truly appreciate it. Dom, any last word before we wrap this up, man?
I would just say, man, just do it. I think if you hear me, you know I have a speech problem. You know I talk very, very fast, so that's a problem. And then you can see Kong over here. This is not his native language, so you can take it from us two, and we're still closing deals. What is your fucking excuse? So that's all I want to leave you with.
Come on, man. Shit. You guys, thank you so much, man. And you guys, knowledge without, you know, a lot of people read books and watch a lot of videos and think they're doing something, but you ain't doing shit. Knowledge without implementation, without execution, dude, it's not power. So take the information that Dom shared, man. Go out there, take massive actions, and follow my man. Dom, thanks again, man. Have a great rest of your day, bro.
You do the same.
Yep, new to the channel, you guys, smash the thumbs up. If this video add value to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also too is turn on the bell notification. Peace out.
All right, peace out.